In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a front control arm on your Ford Focus. Let's get started. Using a 19mm socket, remove the 4 lug nuts. If your wheel is stuck on, leave 1 lug nut, thread it on. Using a saw face hammer, we're going to hit the rim on the back. Remove the wheel. Using a T50 bit and a 15mm socket, we're going to loosen and remove the ball joint bolt and nut. Remove the nut. Using a hammer and a punch, I'm going to punch out the bolt. These can be very stuck inside of these knuckles. If you need to, you can put the bit in and try and work it around, make sure it spins. Remove the bolt. Using a pickle fork, we're going to pop the ball joint out of the knuckle. Pull the ball joint out of the knuckle. Using a 21mm wrench, we're going to hold the nut while using an 18mm socket to remove the bolt. Remove the bolt. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to break the bolt free. Using a 21mm wrench on the top nut, use our 18mm socket to remove the bolt. Remove the bolt and the nut. Use a 15mm socket and an 18mm wrench. Remove the nut and bolt. Using a pry bar, we're going to remove the control arm. Install the control arm. I'm going to use a saw face mallet to hit the end near the ball joint and pop this part in. Get the holes mostly lined up. Using a flat blade screwdriver, I'm going to continue to finish lining up the control arm bolt. Install the bolt. Get the bolt fully installed. Get the nut started on the back. Install the bolt. Get the nut started. Do the same thing on the back bolt. If you're struggling to get this back bolt, you can use a large pair of channel grips. Get on top of the control arm and put it on the bottom of the subframe and squeeze, and it'll line the brackets up for you. Snug down the control arm bolts. We're about to torque the control arm. There's going to be 2 different torques depending on your build date. To find the build date of your vehicle, open your driver's door, and on the inside jamb, you'll find a sticker. Right here, our date says 10/05. Our two choices are going to be built through 12/05 or built after 12/05. So when we do our torque specs, we will choose built through 12/05. Remove the ball joint clip off of the old arm. Pull the control arm down. Install the metal shim over the ball joint. Get the ball joint lined up with the knuckle. Get the ball joint installed. Install the bolt. I'm going to use a hammer and a punch to help me fully install the bolt. Install the bolt and get the nut started on the back side. Snug the nut down. Torque the ball joint nut to 46 foot-pounds. Be sure that the head of the bolt does not move when you do this. I'm going to use a jack under our front arm. When you're torquing your control arm bolts, you want your control arm to be at curb height. If your car is built through 12/05, your front bolt is going to be 103 foot-pounds. If your car is built past 12/05, your torque spec is going to be 159 foot-pounds. Hold the nut while you torque the bolt. We're going to torque our back right bolt to 133 foot-pounds if your car is built through 12/05. If your car is built after 12/05, your torque spec will be 118 foot-pounds. Use a wrench to hold the nut while you torque the bolt. Torque the outside bolt to 76 foot-pounds. This is the same for all build dates. If you used a jack to get your wheel at curb height, go ahead and remove it now. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug them down. Torque the lug nuts to 94 foot-pounds in a cross pattern. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.